Chapter 8, Regrets of the Past. After Ali left Mustafa's office, he entered Mohammed's shop and handed over the papers quietly. However, his features were stricken and pale. He stood before the desk, his eyes wandering toward an empty point, as if he were replaying the scene he had just witnessed, hardly able to believe it. Mohammed was buried in his numbers. But Ali's disturbed expression did not pass unnoticed. He raised his eyes and said in a calm, yet highly focused tone, "What is wrong, Ali? What are you lost in?" Ali shifted uneasily in his place. He took a short breath and then said, "I am thinking about something that is weighing on my mind." Mohammed closed the ledger, set it aside, and leaned back in his chair with a forced coldness. "Did Mustafa say something to you? Did he upset you with a word?" "No. Not at all. Mustafa does not speak to me like that." He fell silent for a second, then continued in a low voice. "But a situation happened at his place that I didn't understand, and my heart is heavy because of it." Mohammed sat up straight, his eyes narrowing with concentration. Out with it. What happened at Mustafa's?" Ali looked behind him as if fearing someone might hear, then leaned closer to the desk. "A while ago, I saw strangers in the side streets of the neighborhood. They were looking for something. They asked in several shops. They all had the look of criminals about them, and I didn't feel comfortable. The strange thing is, while I was at Mustafa's, those same people walked in on him." Mohammed moved his fingers nervously on the desk. "They walked in how? Speak, Ali." "There were 4 of them. 3 blocked the door from the outside, and 1 entered. He looked like a pasha, but of the heavy-duty criminal variety. I swear, Mr. Mohammed, my heart did not trust him for a moment." Mohammed lost his composure, and his voice rose slightly. "Get to the point, what did they say?" "The man told Mustafa that a bag fell from them in this neighborhood 2 years ago, and they are looking for it. He gave him a card and told him, 'If you hear any news, call me.'" The words hit Mohammed like cold water in the dead of winter. His face tensed. His eyes stared into space as if the reel of that ill-fated night was being screened before him now. He remained silent for seconds that were heavier than the past 2 years. Ali continued, surprised by his silence. "I wonder, Mohammed, what is in that bag? And who are these people who still remember it after 2 years?" Mohammed furrowed his brow, his voice coming out harsh and muffled. "And Mustafa, how did he respond?" "At first, he tried to evade. He told him that things lost here are usually forgotten by their owners. But the man said something that makes the heart stop. He said that the matter involves necks that will fly." Mohammed swallowed hard. The old sense of danger returned to gnaw at his body. He asked with terrifying calmness, "And Mustafa, did he take the card?" "Yes, he put it in his pocket." Mohammed fell completely silent. His eyes dropped to the desk, but his mind was in a race against death. After a while, he said, "Fine, Ali. If you pick up any other whisper, come and tell me immediately. Go rest now. If I need you, I will send for you." Ali left, and Mohammed remained alone in the shop. Silence was whistling in his ears. And the bag buried under the roof tiles began to give off a scent, the scent of blood. The idea he had fled from for 2 years returned to hammer his head. And Mustafa, who was his shadow, had now become his real fear. In another place. At work, Malak was standing at her desk. Her eyes were fixed on the computer screen, trying to pretend she was focused. But the truth was, her eyes betrayed her every now and then, drifting away, toward Kareem. Kareem, as usual, was standing and holding his phone, talking about business in his confident, steady voice. But as he spoke, he did not lose sight of her. Every once in a while, he would glance at her and flash a small, provocative, yet calm smile. Malak coughed audibly and muttered with feigned annoyance. "What is the matter?" Are you finished, or do you intend to prolong this chatter? Kareem ended the call and looked at her with feigned surprise. What's wrong with you? Are you jealous or what? Malik raised her eyebrow and replied quickly. Of course not. But this office is a place for work, not a fashion show for smiles, Mr. Kareem. Kareem stepped 2 paces closer, his voice dropping to a warm tone. This is but a part of the work too, improving the general atmosphere of the company. Malik gave him a light shove with her hand, trying to hide her laughter. Go away, Kareem, before I call the employees as witnesses and cause a scandal for you. Kareem laughed from his heart, that laugh that had become so familiar to her ears. The laugh that annoyed her at first, but reassured her in the end. After a while, Malik was buried under a pile of papers. Suddenly, she felt a shadow block the light above her head. She looked up irritably. Kareem. What is it now? Kareem sat on the edge of her desk with complete ease. I want you to get up with me now so we can have lunch outside. I am not free. I have a mountain of work behind me. Liar. The work isn't going to fly away. Malik went silent for 2 seconds, thinking, then surrendered. Fine. But I am the one who will choose the place I like. Kareem winked and smiled. As you wish, my lady. And I will choose the bill I like. Malik gave him a side glance. Don't act tough with your money on me, Kareem. I am used to acting tough, but in front of you, I am at my weakest. Malik laughed from her heart without realizing it. This laugh came out of her so easily these days. This was what frightened her sometimes. That everything had become too easy and too pleasant. And that was not how life usually treated her. As she was gathering her bag to leave, Kareem suddenly said quietly. By the way, Malik. I love days like this very much. Malik stood in her place and looked at him with surprise. Why? Because I feel that we are ordinary, normal human beings, and we aren't afraid of tomorrow. Malik did not respond. But the phrase, not afraid, made her heart give a strange, heavy throb. The kind of throb that always comes before the storm begins. Even if the sky is still clear. After a long day at the company, Kareem went outside. Malik was running after him in the street in a comical way, trying to retrieve her bag which he had snatched from her. Kareem swore 100 oaths that he would not return it unless she agreed to hold his hand. She, of course, refused out of shyness and stubbornness. Kareem stood in front of his car, drowning in laughter. Malik stood before him, panting from the run, her face flushed with anger. Kareem. Give me the bag before I gather people around you. He smiled slyly and said. Give me your hand first, and the bag returns to its owner immediately. Malik furrowed her brows and said with feigned sharpness. Of course not. It's shameful, Kareem. We are in the street. He leaned his face slightly toward hers and said jokingly. What shame, my daughter. I have been your fiancé for 2 years. And that thick wall Ziad spoke about has not been torn down yet. I haven't even touched your hand until now. It is my right now to prove my ownership. Malik laughed despite herself, trying to hide her embarrassment. No, it isn't your right. Give me the bag, Kareem, and that's it. Kareem pretended to be annoyed and said. Fine. Tomorrow I will speak to Uncle Monam and move up the wedding date. And then, I will not let go of this hand of yours for a single moment. Mark my words. Malik was very embarrassed and said, looking at the ground. Fine. Agreed. But give me the bag, enough with the scandals. Kareem continued his joking. What is in this bag? And why are you so afraid for it from me? Malik snatched the bag from him with the speed of a crow, her face flushed. None of your business. Not with me, nor my bag. Suddenly, Malik's phone rang. She looked at the screen and found it was Ziad. She opened the line quickly. Hello. What is it, Ziad? What happened? She heard the sound of sobbing and crying. Malak. Come. Come for my sake. Malak's heart dropped to her feet. Why are you crying, Ziad? Has something happened to you? Suddenly, Farah snatched the phone from him, her voice distorted. Malak. Please come quickly. We are in front of the school and Ziad won't stop crying. Malak, with fear. What is wrong with Ziad? Did someone hit him? What is it, Farah? Speak. Farah, with something strange in her voice. Just come and you will see. Hurry, Malak. Malak ended the call, terrified. She looked at Kareem with genuine anxiety. Kareem. I'm sorry. Can we postpone lunch and go to the school immediately? Something is wrong with Ziad and Farah. I don't like it. Kareem's face turned serious in a second, and he opened the door for her. Fine, my soul. Don't worry. Get in now, and God willing, all will be well. The moment they arrived in front of the school, Malak spotted Ziad sitting on the sidewalk. He was curled up, crying with a sob that breaks the heart. Farah was sitting beside him, terrified, not knowing what to do. Malak felt the world spinning. She and Kareem leaped from the car like a rocket and rushed to them. As soon as Ziad saw Malak, he threw himself into her arms, sobbing as if his soul were leaving him. Kareem knelt down to Ziad's level. His eyes were scanning the situation with focus. He noticed Ziad's knee was damaged, and blood was staining his trousers. He looked at Farah firmly. What happened, Farah? Speak. Farah replied, trembling. I don't know. He was running and suddenly he slipped and fell a heavy fall. Since then, he refuses to let anyone touch him and keeps crying like this. Malak stroked Ziad's head. Be strong, my love. I am beside you. But Ziad's screams grew louder. My leg hurts so much, Malak. I feel a fire in it. Kareem, calmly, held Ziad's leg with caution and tried to move it slightly. Ziad let out a scream that shook the street. Kareem looked at Malak seriously. Malak. It is clear there is a fracture. We must fly to the hospital right now. Kareem carried Ziad with extreme lightness and tenderness and placed him in the car. Malak and Farah got in the back, and they sped to the Port Said General Hospital. At the hospital, the smell of disinfectant and the cold that bites into the bones increased Malak's tension. They entered the emergency room, and the doctor received them quickly. What happened, hero? Let me see it. Ziad refused to let the doctor near him, but Malak held him and calmed him down. It will pass, my love. The doctor is skillful and will make the pain go away. Kareem stood supporting Malak with his presence. In a low voice, he said to the doctor. He fell while running, doctor. There is severe pain at the bone. The doctor looked at the X-ray and said. Indeed. There is a simple fracture in the leg bone. We will put it in a cast now, and the pain will subside completely. Ziad began to calm down as he saw everyone around him. Kareem whispered to Malak. Don't be afraid. Ziad is a hero and will get through this like a horse. Indeed, the leg was set in a cast. Ziad began to breathe with relief, and the tears began to dry on his cheeks. At home. They entered the apartment. Monam, as soon as he saw the cast, was startled. What is it, Malak? What happened to the boy? Farah told him what occurred. Monam patted Ziad while laughing. Thank God it came to this. Stop jumping for a while, my heart. He looked at Kareem with genuine gratitude. We have tired you with us, Kareem, my son. You carried the boy, you went and came, this favor of yours is on my head. Kareem replied with a clear smile. Don't say that, uncle. Ziad is my little brother. And between brothers, there is no such thing as a favor. Malik looked at Kareem with boundless gratitude. She said to him softly, "Kareem, can you stay with us for a while today? Don't leave now. I will prepare lunch with my own hands." Kareem laughed and said, "I was going to suggest that too. Let's postpone our lunch and turn it into a home-cooked meal here." Monam was very happy. "Yes, that's it. Sit down, my son. The house is yours." Monam stood up and brought the wooden domino box and placed it on the table. "Well, Kareem, do you know how to play, or will you be defeated in the first round?" Kareem rolled up his sleeves in challenge. "I am a professional, uncle. You are the one who looks like you will lose in the end." Everyone laughed. The atmosphere that had been charged with fear and tears turned into laughter and reassurance. In that moment, Malik felt that Kareem had truly become a part of her family. And that the security she was searching for, she had found a large part of it in his presence today. Chapter finale. While the laughter of Monam's family echoed through the house, there was another conflict brewing on a low fire in the darkness. The bag has returned to show its head again, carrying with it the threat of Nex. Will Kareem be the shield that protects this family from the coming storm? Or will the coincidence that brought him to Malik make him the first to be burned by the fires of Muhammad and Mustafa's past? Chapter question. Muhammad has learned that the Pasha reached Mustafa and started searching for the bag. In light of Muhammad's anxiety, do you believe that Kareem's strong presence in the lives of Malik and her family will be a protection for them? Or could Kareem himself fall victim to the conflict that Muhammad and Mustafa have entangled themselves in? Chains.